Hey folks, SoloGamer here, and we're going to be playing another game of Eldritch Horror. And you know why? Because they came out with a new expansion called the Forsaken Lore expansion, which adds a new ancient one called Yig. Now, first I'd like to say I got a lot of hate for my opinions of Eldritch Horror. I was, let's put it like this. I was excited about Eldritch Horror, but I was also a little bit disappointed because I knew that Eldritch Horror is going to replace Arkham Horror, and Arkham Horror, sentimentally, I really love the game. And it'll always have a special place for me. And I really didn't think that Eldritch Horror could replace Arkham Horror. But I still was excited about the game nonetheless. And then when I got the game, I was a little disappointed. I don't think they put enough stuff in it, to be honest with you. And I thought that lacked a little bit of the theme. But now I got the Forsaken Lore expansion, and it's a step in the right direction. They added a bunch more cards, one new ancient one, a couple new monsters, and so now I'm a little bit excited about Eldritch Horror again. I'm excited to play this. I do wish that they would have added some new characters, which they did not, and I wish they would have added some new monsters. Regular monsters. Now the monsters you get in this game are epic monsters, except for one cultist. I would have liked to see a little bit more Mythos cards. I think they were a little short on those, and maybe a few more location cards, but I'm not going to nitpick on that. But I would have liked to see more Mythos cards. I would also like to see that, you know, instead of doing one ancient one each expansion, they can maybe do two. But, you know, hey, like I said, it's a step in the right direction, and if this is a good quality product, I'm glad I got it. This needed it. I will continue to get more. It makes me excited for Eldritch Horror again. This little mini expansion, just this little mini $20 expansion is good enough to make things excited for me. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, of course, you know, we're playing Yig, so let's have a look at his character sheet. And that's a Yig right there. And his Doom track starts at 10, which is a little bit lower than most of the other ones. His little cultist thing here is a little special. If you lose health from the strength test, you've been bitten by the snake-like creature, gained a poison condition. Okay, and that's one of the new conditions in this game is a poison condition. I will undoubtedly be poisoned at some point during this game, so we'll go over that when the time comes. So we set aside during setup 6 cultist monsters, which we have done, and 1 serpent people monster and all Yig special encounter cards. Okay, and so we've done our Mythos deck, and then anytime the action icon here goes, it says spawn 1 cultist monster on the active expedition space. Then if there are 2 or more monsters on the space, advance the Doom by 1. Well, so we're going to have to watch out for that because this thing's low enough as it is. When 3 mysteries have been solved, win the game. When Yig awakens, flip the sheet. Okay, so we'll worry about that when the time comes. And so we've set up, and we got to set up our little board here, and we have a gate here at Rome to start out with, and our first monster's a Maniac. We have a clue token at San Francisco, a clue token at Sydney. And we are playing with Trish Scarborough, the spy. And she starts over here at Space 16 and over here at Mother Russia. And her thing is, if you do not have any clue tokens, gain 1. And if an investigator on your space spends a clue token to roll a die, he may roll up the 2 dice instead. And she starts with a 45 automatic. Then we have Silas Marsh. He's the sailor. He starts over here in Sydney, Australia. Move 1 space along a ship path and perform 1 additional action. If you're on a sea space, investigators on your space roll 1 additional die when resolving test. He comes with a fishing net. And then we have Mark Harrigan, the soldier. He's up here in the Swedish countries there. You and 1 monster on your space each lose 1 health. You cannot become delayed or gain a tank condition unless you choose to do so. He starts with kerosene and 38 revolver. And again, I like to remind you now, I know some people nitpicked about the rules. I do change the rules a little bit. They say you can't add, like if you have an ally who can add your strength, and if you have a weapon that can add strength, and they say you can only use 1. I don't buy that. I think if you have a gun and you have an ally, you can combine them both because, you know, that's just me. And let's take a look at our first mystery here. Alright, and it says, just outside of Binger, Oklahoma, an opening has been discovered on top of a large mound. It leads to the ancient forgotten realm of Kinyan. I'll go ahead and say I hope that's right. When this card enters play, place the mystery token on Space 6, which we have done. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 6 may explore the underground city of Kinyan by resolving a Kinyan or special encounter. Okay. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are eldritch tokens on this card equal to half the players, which will be 2, solve this mystery. Okay, and as you can see, this guy, he has 6 total mystery cards in all. That's more than the 4 and the other ones, and so they also gave the other ones some new mystery cards. So, all right. Well, let's get ready to go. Now, it's been a while since I played this game. I am a little bit rusty, but it is Trish's turn. And let's see what we want to do with Trish here. Well, we want to try to get her to 6. So, you know what? I will send her here to the active expedition space. And then I will perform an action. If you do not have any clue tokens, gain 1 clue, which she shall do. And let's go ahead and take a look at the active expedition space. And it's Tunskunga or whatever. You encounter a group of Russian monks fleeing persecution. Something about them seems out of place. You keep a watchful eye on them as you pass. Okay, so I have to make a observation check, and she has 4, so, you know, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Alright. Seeing their singed robes, you recognize them as Nesterians. You are suddenly surrounded by flames and must jump through the fire to stop them. Okay, so we have to do a will -1, which is not very good. If you pass, the ritual's interrupted, retreat doomed by 1. If you fail, you witness their horrific profane rites, lose 1 sanity. Okay. Ah, shoot. Well, I didn't make that. Alright. Alright. So I lose 1 sanity. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Okay. Now we have Silas here. Let's see what we can do. I can try to get him a clue token. I can also try to do a influence. Which I could move here. I could try influence and move him here, and then do an additional move and move him to Buenos Aires. Okay, that's probably what I'll try to do. So he has a influence of 3. And I got 2 successes. That's great. I will take the Vatican missionary as an ally. And let's put a new card down there. Okay, and so we will do that, and then we will move, and then he gets to take an additional space, take an additional action, and he will go to Buenos Aires. So he's at Buenos Aires. Let's see what happens here. Alright, an old woman warns you that you've angered Yig and teaches you a protective chant. Gain 1 ritual spell. Concerned that she may be right, you learn all you can about Yig. If you fail, you learn nothing, gain a paranoia condition. Okay, well, he only has lore of 1. Eee. No. Okay. So I get a paranoia condition, and as well, I gain a freaking ritual spell. So let me get that done. Okay, so he got a feed the mind spell and a paranoia condition right here. Alright. So now it's Mark. Mark's over here. What do I want to do with Mark? What do I want to do with Mark? Well, he's a fighter, so let's get this, we'll try to get this monster off the board. He's in a city space, so we don't need to rest, so I tell you what, we will. You know, we will probably, we'll move there. We'll move him here. And the Maniac only has 1 health. And he has an action. Mark can... You and one monster in your space each lose 1 health. So he loses 1 health. The Maniac loses 1 health. So he beats the Maniac. And he can have an encounter here at Rome and try to seal this gate. Which is what we're going to try to do. Plateau of Lang. As you make your way through a web-filled valley, you see an enormous purple spider crawling towards your path. You hope to sneak past the creature. Okay, well, he doesn't have a very good freaking observation here. Nope. Alright, the spider sees you and attacks. Alright, so we gotta do attack. He has a strength of 4. -1 is 3, but he has the revolver, so he gets 5 dice. Okay, yeah, he can pass that. If you pass, you rescue someone else trapped in its web. Gain 1 random ally asset from the deck. If you fail, you're bitten by the spider and lose 1. Okay, well, we passed, so I'll gain an ally. So let me find the first ally I come to. Okay, and he gets the private investigator, so... You know, I wasn't able to close the gate, but I did gain an ally. Okay, so now it's time for our Mythos phase here. So let's see what we're going to do here. And what do we have here? We have... Alright, well, let's move the dial here. So we do. We have an action. So let's see if we have any actions going on. We have a paranoia condition, which Silas will do, and he gets a 3. Oh, he actually gains 4. And he passes, so he doesn't have to do that. The lead investigator gains 1 random ally from the deck, which is Silas. So let's give him an ally. And he got a syndicate agent. Okay, and then of course we got to spawn a new gate, but we also have to do a yig action here. It says spawn 1 cultist monster on the active expedition space. So that's what we're going to do. We got a cultist monster here, so let's spawn him on the active expedition space, which is now the pyramids. Alright. And put a new gate on the board, and we have Buenos Aires. So it so happens that's where he's at. Okay, so now it's Silas's turn. Let's see what I want to do with him. I could try to close that gate, just stay there and try to close that gate. And then maybe next turn work my way up there. I could rest and try to get rid of this paranoia condition. Which I think I will do that. I will rest and let's try to get rid of this paranoia condition. No, I am unsuccessful. Okay, and then I will do an influence check and see if I can get another asset here. Ooh, 2. Well, that's 2. And I get the Mystic Bounty Hunter. Look at this. I got a bunch of allies, man. Silas. Okay, and let's have their gate here. Let's see. The future. You find yourself in an unknown place. Large beetle-like creatures swarm over the landscape. You search the chart surroundings to find some central location from which they originate. Observation. -1. Alright, so I gotta do it. Observation 2. Oh, alright, I passed. Alright, you reach a city and discover a written form of language. Spell check. Alright, his is 1. Ugh. Oh, yes, passed. All right. If you pass, you realize that this is the great race of Yith in the far future and convince them to send you home. Close this gate, which we shall do. Let's close that gate. All right. I guess that was kind of a good decision to stay there, so we'll close that gate. And now it will be Mark's turn. Do I take Mark and let him stay there and try to close that gate again? I want to get some people over here, though, man. Okay, well. Alright, let's, Mark's going to do a asset check. Well, he's only got 2 influence. Let's see here. I could move him twice, which is probably what I'm going to do. I move him here, and I'm going to move him here at a C space. Alright, school of dolphins have surrounded your ship, trying to keep you here. You may become delayed to spend the night in the spot. If you become delayed, the Elder God Nodin visits your dreams, and you awake with profound new insights. Spawn 2 clues. Nah, I don't give a crap about spawning new clues right now. So, okay. And then we have Trish here, which I wanted to move her. So I will move her 1, 2 as well, and she will have a C encounter. Let's see here. Alright, during a flash of lightning in the night, you see an enormous creature silhouetted against the sky. The image chills you to your core. Alright, we're going to do a will test here. And she's not that great on that. Nope, she failed. If you fail, lose 1 sanity and gain a paranoia condition. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so she gained her paranoia condition. Let us draw a new Mythos card and see what happens. Alright. Each investigator may do one of the following. Gain 1 clue, gain 1 asset, gain 1 spell. Okay, I will have Silas and Mark gain 1 clue. I will have Trish gain an asset. And I'll take the top one off the deck. And this is a personal assistant. Alright, then we move the gate here. Ah, shit, we do have that, so we're going to move the Doom track. We don't have a Monster Surge. We do have actions we have to go by. So we have 2 paranoia conditions we have to go by. We'll start with Trish. And she has a will of 2. Alright, she failed. And then we have Silas. He has a will of 3. And he passed again. So let's see what happens with her. Discard all of your improvement tokens and discard this card. Well, she didn't have an improvement token, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, we have to spawn another monster here on the freaking... another cultist here at the pyramids. And you know what that means, since we have to do that. We have to, it says right here on Yeek's thing, if there are 2 or more monsters, advance the Doom by 1. So we again advance it by 1. And we have to put a new gate on the board. And we're going to put one here at Arkham. And let's get a new monster. Which, I'm going to have to go send somebody over there to start killing some of them cultists, man. We have a riot over here in Arkham. Okay, so we'll end it there. When we come back, it'll be Mark's turn. So this is SoloGamer saying, see you then.